Hello and welcome. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes because I know folks are going to be joining in. I sent out a quick post on my page and on my stories letting you know that I'm going to go live, and that was only about a half hour ago, so maybe I should send out the announcement sooner, but I kind of decided at the last minute that I'm going to go for it and do a live session today and hopefully be able to save the recording. So hi to everybody. Thank you for the waves. Appreciate it. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for joining me. All right, so I'm going to wait just a few minutes. I'm here in Winthrop, Washington, which is about a 4.5 hour drive from Seattle. And I'm here because we have a second home, which is out here in the middle of nowhere, which is what I absolutely love about this place. And the weather has been a lot cooler than I thought it would be, so I'm borrowing my stepson's shirt, and I've got some extra layers on. I certainly didn't pack enough clothing for this trip. For some reason, I really thought it was going to be hot, but the heat doesn't come until next week. Actually, it's supposed to be in the 90s next week, which is perfect weather for me. Another Betty. Thanks for joining, Betty. All right, so here, I'll show you a quick view of where I'm at. This is my studio. You can see the canvases that I'm going to be working on, and no sunshine today. There's my view out the window. Mostly meadows and mountains. And here's a quick view of my studio space. I'll go around real quick. I got a couple of pieces, large ones up on the wall here. And then let me come back around. All right, kind of crooked there. All right, so I'm going to get set up here. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that very much. And let's see. Yeah, where are we all from? Somebody posted that question, so go ahead and post that. If you want to post where you're tuning in from. We've got Fort Collins in Colorado. Again, I'm here in Winthrop, Washington. I'll be back in San Jose in a couple of weeks. All right, so I am all set for a little afternoon session. I've got my coffee ready here and my chocolate that I got when I was overseas feels like a couple of months. I guess it was May that I came back. Australia, Arizona, Spain. How many of folks are chocolate lovers like me? I'm a total chocoholic. Must have my chocolate every single day. We've got Florida and Texas. Thank you guys for joining in. All right, so we've got more people from Australia. All right, Washington. Oh, hi, Mom. Hi, Alexandra. Love you, honey. All right, so the reason I am on I decided to go live is because I'm going to be doing a painting. For those of you who watched me last time, I did a painting for Corey in Texas. He received his painting and he loves it, which I'm very excited about. And he's going to be sending me a picture soon, so hopefully I'll get to share that with all of you. So today what I've got going is I've been working on my bedroom here. Our house, we finished it about a year ago, and so there's still some more work to be done. And my husband and I built a headboard a couple of days ago, which is really cool because it's from reclaimed wood that we bought in the store, but it is reclaimed wood. And it looks really cool, but I need some really giant art to go behind it. So I've got a couple of canvases here. These are 48 by 30. So I've got two of them. You can see the second one over here, and I'm going to join them together because I'm going to treat it as one large painting. And although they're going to hang separately, slightly apart when I get it over the bed. So very excited. Thank you all for joining me again. If you're just joining in, again, my name is Betty, and I am here in Winthrop, Washington. I'm going to start a couple of canvases, and I'm probably going to go for about a half hour, and then I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll probably do this again tomorrow and continue on with the next one, kind of like the way I did the last live session. And I will make a big attempt because I figured out how to save these. So I cleared off almost all the photos off my phone so that I can save this to my phone and be able to have it longer than 24 hours. So you can see I've got a few paints down here. I know the words on the screen kind of get in the way, but I've got some paints down here already. But I always start with mark making. So that's what I'm going to do first. And I've got my box of mark making tools. I always start with a pencil first. So let me grab my pencil, which is right here. And this part of it allows me to just loosen up and just relax a bit. So I don't think about it. Any mark I make is a great mark. It's all going to get covered up, so it really doesn't matter. And hopefully you guys can see my marks here. So I'm just going to go through and loosen up a bit. Not sure if you can see me working all the way down here. And I like to paint on the edges too. All right, so that's my pencil. I'm going to take a grease pencil. It's also called a China marker, which you can't read backwards there, but it's a black China marker, and these are made by Sharpie, and you can get them at your local store, art store. And this is such a big canvas that I really need to use my full body motion. I'm going to peel this back a little bit so that I can get more off of here. Let's see, here we go. So let's peel this back. All right. I love this full arm movement. Feels good. All right, I'll just pick another color here. I've got all kinds of, here we go, one of my favorites. These are Prismacolors. I love the Prismacolor pencils. And I need to sharpen this real quick, so it's going to be noisy. Hang on. I love that pencil sharpener. All right. All right, let's pick out one more. How about a pink color? All right, so that's probably enough to get me started. The other thing I'd like to use, oh my goodness, I'm going to forget what these are called. Oh, graphite crayons. You can't see it because the water has kind of smeared it away, but I love using these. Let me set this aside. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to just dip it in my water and draw with it right away. And I don't like this one. I think this one is not the one I like as much. Hold on, I have another one, this one. Let's try this one. If you have questions for me, I'm going to go back and look at those. I'm not going to be able to read them all while I'm doing this. But thank you for your questions. If I don't answer them while I'm working here, I will send you a message. Here we go. Now I feel like it's finally activated. Okay, there's something about this canvas that's not really, it's the gesso that's on it. It's really not making as dark a marks as this canvas is over here. this one is repelling it more so than the other canvases. I don't know why. There's something on there. They're both the same type of canvas. All right, let me dry my hands. Okay, so let's see, what kind of pencil? I was using a Prisma pencil and a regular #2 pencil. Prismacolor Pencils. Okay, and the other thing I love to use, I don't know if I'll use it now, it's partially wet, but these, I just got these because I didn't have them here in Winthrop. I've got them in San Jose, and these are the Neocolor 2. These are water soluble. And thanks for the hearts. And I love using these. And I just bought the 15 color. I find that when I buy the big packs with tons of color, I really don't end up using all those colors. So anyway. All right, Betty, thanks for stopping by. You can hopefully watch the video later. All right, so I'm going to throw on some of these. Like this yellow, I absolutely love. And again, this color is not going to show in the end, but this is just part of my process. All right, I'm going to do, I don't know, one more color. I love this color too. This is the... What color is this? Purple. Doesn't look like purple. It looks brighter than a purple. All right, so anyway, those are a couple of my favorite things. Oh, I love when I dip my cloth in the paints. All right, so I laid out a few colors that I'm going to start with. I'm going to put down some gesso. I use, for my white, I use gesso. Let's see some questions. Thank you. Do the marks influence your painting later? Good question. Not really. A lot of them are going to get covered up. So I like to start with mark making. Somewhere in the middle, Kathy, I'll do mark making again. And then at the very end, I'll do mark making. Am I creating a rhythm? I guess in a sense I am, because I start using my arm and getting a motion going. Today I don't have any music playing because I wanted to save this recording and put it on YouTube, and YouTube won't allow me to play you know, the current music that I like to listen to. So I don't have any music going on today. Anyway, gesso, I love gesso. I love Liquitex gesso because it's just the right kind of consistency. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. And I love to just pour it out. All right, so I need a brush. Typically at this point, I bought some new brushes at Michael's. These are level 1, you know, the real, the beginner painter, level 1. And I bought some for San Jose and I really liked them. They're called Royal and Langnickel. Anyway, there's a size 12, a size 10, and a size I can't read. Oh, another 10, a round 10. I think this is a filbert 10. No, a flat. And a 12, I think this one is a filbert. Yeah, and that's a 12 filbert. Anyway, I'm going to play with these, but my canvas is so big, I might need to use something a little bit larger. This one's a little bit larger. It's an older brush. So I might start with this one. And typically next in my step is I'll get my black. I like to use Nova Color paints, but I also have, actually not here in Winthrop, I don't have the golden paints, but I love golden paints too. All fabulous. So I will just dunk my brush in and get the edges here. Kind of continuing my mark making. And I just love black, just pure black. I love just seeing little pops of black come through in the final piece. So because I am painting this for myself, a lot of freedom, right? When I'm doing a commission, I'm thinking about the customer, I'm thinking about what they would like after we've had some conversations, and you know, I focus on what they would like to see. I'm going to pull these apart a bit so I can get in between them too, because they will hang slightly separated. All right, so because it's for myself, for my bedroom, above the bed, above my new headboard, which is awesome, and I'll be posting that later. We're building floating shelves on each side of the bed, so waiting for some parts to come in for that. So as I was saying, because it's for me, I can really have the freedom to do whatever I want, right? There's a few colors in the room that I'd like to pull in, but I don't have to. It's a pretty neutral room, so I can do just about anything. So I'm just continuing my mark making with the black in a sense, and not really thinking about where it's going. One thing you probably notice about me, whoops, as I hit my heater over here, my portable heater for winter months. So one thing you'll notice is, and that I notice about myself, is that I don't think a lot when I paint. I like to just throw it on there. How's my canvas hanging? They're not nails, they're actually screws right into the studs. So you can see here, and they're a little hard to see, but I've got, these are the screws that my husband put in for me. He just lowered it. I had them up way too high, so I got some lowered so that it's a little easier on me. And then the canvas just hangs off of that. Oh, and I got a new apron. Don't you just love this? So I need to get it dirty. There's not enough color on it yet. All right, canvas. I am using Art District Heavy Duty, I know this is backwards, but Art District Heavy Duty Gallery Wrapped Canvas. This is my favorite one. I get these at Aaron Brothers. Aaron Brothers is closing, and Michaels purchased Aaron Brothers. So I'm hoping that Michaels will start carrying this one because I really love the brand itself. I'm trying to see if there's any specific information on here. So it's 15 ounce with gesso on it. 1.5 inch profile. I like the deep profiles. So that's what I like to use. All right, so I've got, I know I'm missing some questions, but thank you guys for asking questions and for telling me where you're from. Hello, fellow Canadian. Let's see, I don't know about Michaels. Michaels is in the United States, and it's a craft store. All kinds of crafts. I can spend hours in there. But they have a pretty good paint section as well, although I usually buy all of my paints online. All right, so now I'm just kind of wiping down my brush because I want to continue to use it. But I've got way too much, so let me grab my paper towels. So typically what I do next is I will bring in some gray, and I'm just going to dip into my white and add some gray in here. I need a whole lot more white. This is why I go through a lot of white. White is my best friend. So I'm kind of avoiding where I have black already, just so that so my gray doesn't get too dark. So again, do you have to do this? No, it's just part of my process that I've been doing for a while now, and it's just my next step. It's just kind of the foundation of me starting a painting. These are the basic steps that I start with, and then once I start adding color and more mark making, it can go just about anywhere from there. So as you can tell, I'm already covering up most of my marks. Just do that. All right, love to use my water bottle. I'm going to just maybe get a few runs going. This side's a little bit dry over here, but I think I can still get some going here. Yes, I do love runs, especially watching them come down. All right, so I've got some basics here. I'm going to start adding some color now. This brush is too dark, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that off. I don't clean my brush all that much, except for when I'm switching colors. So let's get that cleaned off. Kind of like where it's at already. All right, teal, one of my favorite colors, and some green. That's pretty. So a lot of this is really wet. I'm going to try to avoid some of it. Got some pretty blue. I just picked up the Ultramarine Blue, which from Nova Color, which is, they're located in Southern California. You can only buy their paints online. So you have to look them up, novacolor.com. And I love this ultramarine blue mixed in with some white. So pretty. It's not often that I use a color straight out of the jar. This is almost straight out of the jar. I always like to mix them with the colors that I'm working with. All right, I'm going to dip right in and add some white to it. Let's see. So not thinking about it much, just adding some color in. This is going to be the base. You can see I'm picking up black and it's really darkening it a lot, so I'm going to add some white to that, which it makes it pretty gray. Don't have the blue as much. Back and add some teal in here. Ooh, I like that color. See, my problem when I work fast is I don't pay attention where I have very wet black. And so I'm dipping right into it, and I don't really want to do that. Just loving these drips, the way they're coming through. Masking some of them. Too much black. I'm going to wash that down again. I keep dipping into the wet black. All right. Well, having an extra long canvas is making me work harder by walking back and forth, right? Get in my 10,000 steps that way. So how long have you guys been painting? Tell me how long you've been out there painting. I have been painting for about 4 or 5 years now. Let's see, this is 2018. So in 2015, I decided I wanted to be an abstract painter and just focused on being an abstract painter. Before that, I did a lot of mixed media work, which I totally loved. So Marie, 2 years, 6 months, woohoo, awesome. So fun learning. So when I decided that I wanted to only do abstract, I got rid of all of my mixed media work so that I can just focus, oh, look at that gorgeous color. So that I can just focus on painting abstract and not be distracted with color, not be distracted with my mixed media supplies, because I had a lot of mixed media supplies, about 20 boxes worth that I got rid of, which some days I wish I had some of it because I just feel like doing something that's mixed media, but for the most part, I'm happy that I got rid of it so that I can just concentrate. Oh, cool. I hope you can, I know you can get screws in your wall. You just got to get a stud finder and use that to figure out where the studs are. If you're in the US, usually the studs I think are 16 inches apart. So once you find the first one, you can just measure out to the next ones. All right, so we've got somebody, missed somebody painting since 2001. Someone sold one of their paintings 6 months ago. Fabulous. Hello, San Diego. All right. Craft painting for 36 years and serious fine art for 14 years. That's awesome. I know it's gonna take me a while to catch up with you with the putting in number of years. I love painting, and part of me wishes I started sooner, but it just wasn't meant to be. I was busy with raising my daughter and with working full time to you know, pay the bills and mortgage and all that good stuff. So actually the timing worked out really well. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more blue over here, I think. All right, so while some of this is still wet, in San Jose, I've got a metal scraper. Here I've got a plastic one. This you get in the paint aisle at your local hardware store. So I like to use the edge of this and make marks. I didn't talk during that because I know it's noisy. And then I love these skewers that you can buy, I don't know, a whole big package of them. They're really pointy. That's not going to last long, but I like doing that for smaller lines. Knock down that point a little bit. So the reason I like to do that is, well, it's mark making without really making marks, I guess, and reverse mark making. I don't know what I'd call it, but also it builds up texture. So I like to start doing that early on so that there's you know, texture as I go with each stage of this. I'm gonna grab a little bit of coffee here. Composition is tough. I totally get that. That's Five Finger Art Studio, which I can't remember your first name. So composition comes a little bit later. Right now, I'm not thinking about composition other than I'm kind of just kind of spreading the color around right now. So composition will come in my second, third stages. I'm going to start thinking about composition and kind of bringing it together. So I don't really know what I want to do here. Again, this one is just for me. Bye, Laura. Thanks for stopping by. It's just for me, so I'm going to kind of wing it and just kind of see where it takes me. So I'm not really sure. So I'm not thinking about composition right now at all. But I am thinking about this paint I have on my palette here that I want to use up so that it doesn't dry out. So I've got, let's see, this is Payne's Gray. So some more blue, muted out blue. All right, and I've got some yellow ochre here too. I'm just kind of mixing it a little bit. So let's just add a little bit in. Just so it gets used up. Actually, I've got Indian yellow here too, which I absolutely love. So I think I'm going to just throw in a little bit of that. So when I'm putting my colors down, I start with a family of colors. So right now I'm working with the greens and the reds, the greens and the blues, and the yellows. Yellows always seem to work with that. So bye, Marie. Thanks for stopping by. All right. So, and then later I will work on, the warm colors, the pinks, the oranges, the reds, and then also yellows again for that family of color. And that way I don't get mud while I am putting paint down. And it keeps my colors, and I'm a total double dipper. I don't know if you see that, but I just got a new jar of Indian yellow. I like to double dip, triple dip. Probably because I just don't have patience to be neat about it. All right, so let me just throw down some color here. And I'm just kind of turning my brush sideways and offloading whatever is on it and making some marks while I go. Add some white to that. Brighten that up a bit. My favorite is when I add Indian yellow to black, and it makes this gorgeous green color, and then add some white to it. It is yummy. All right, maybe add a little bit more up here. I think I need a stool to see the very top. I can't see that high. Almost. Picked up some black again. I've got black still waiting to dry. All right, I'm just going to pick up whatever I've got here and throw it on. Getting underneath it too. And let's pick up the rest of this white over here. Let's see, need some on the side. And I'm not looking to cover the entire canvas with these colors because I know I'm going to come back in with the warm colors. So I'm going to kind of play back and forth, although it does look like I'm covering a lot of it, doesn't it? All right, I've got a little bit more here, and then I'll take a look at questions again. So now I'm kind of mixing my colors. I don't think they'll turn to mud. I think I'm still okay. All right, so I kind of like the way that's looking. All right. I like that color. I love mixing colors. Love, love, love. All right, so just scraping up what I've got here so nothing goes to waste. That's a pretty color too. Okay, we'll call that done for now. Of course, I'm going to come back in and scrape up maybe just a little bit more. Look how much paint is still on there. Can't let that go to waste, right? Scrape it up. Let's see what questions you guys have. You're in love with the colors and the moves. Awesome. Same here. All right. Gesso is Liquitex. Yes, Liquitex Gesso is what I am using. I'm going to scroll backwards a little bit. So hang on. Let me see. The canvas sizes. So if you're just joining in, the canvas sizes are 48 by 30 inches each one. That I'm going to be hanging above my bed. Let's see, Brazil, welcome. Thank you for watching me in action. All right, so brand of paint, what brand of paint are in the tubs? Okay, so I'm using Nova Color paints, and you can find them online. Novacolor.com, I believe, is their website. And they're in Southern California, and you can only buy their paints directly from them. If you're in Canada, Stevenson, I believe, is a good paint too. I know my friend Donna, that is an artist in Canada, uses Stevenson. I believe she does. So I couldn't comment on the Stevenson because I haven't used it. Okay, let's see. Just checking to see if there's any questions that I missed. Hopefully I got most of them. I use a cake comb to do the same. Cool. Whatever works for you, whatever you can use to make marks, go for it. It's amazing how many different tools are out there. Another one of my favorites is my spatula. Where is my spatula? There it is. Kitchen spatula. Love these. I've also got the shapers like this. These cost a fortune. These I get at the dollar store for $1. And I like them better. These are a little too stiff for me. I like the other rubber spatulas better. All right, let me see. Okay, have I ever scratched through a canvas? No, I have not, that I'm aware of. But I did realize at my last art show that one of my canvases has the slightest little tear in it, and I don't think it's from me scratching through it. I think it's from transporting, and I need to fix that, and I got to figure out how I'm going to patch that up. Let's see. Let's see if there's... Okay. Hello, Holland. All right, let me see. I'm trying to go back a little bit. All right. Okay, yeah, I didn't get paint on, maybe a little bit. It is a painting shirt, so I'm good if I'm leaning into it. Paint has a way of just jumping out on me whenever I've got paint laying around. Okay, so that's probably all I'm gonna do today. Let's see if you can see it. I'm gonna pick up my camera and move it a little bit because I am plugged in, so let's see how far I can go. There you go. Can see that one a little bit better. I'm going to unplug. Hang on. It's going to be shaky for a second. All right. I've unplugged We'll do some close-ups here. So this is how, again, how I start a painting. If you're just joining me, I'm working on two 48 by 30 canvases that are going to go above my bed that has a new super huge headboard on it. So I'm very excited about doing these. I bought these canvases a while ago and they're coming in very handy right now. Hey, thanks for the hearts. All right. Okay, oh, thank you for the advice on how to patch my hole in my one canvas that I have. So tomorrow, if you want to join me again tomorrow, I'll be doing this probably right around the same time again tomorrow, because that seems to work best for me. And I work with my husband in the morning. We're finishing up a job. He's a house painter, and so we're finishing up a job tomorrow morning, hopefully. So I'll probably be doing this again tomorrow afternoon, Pacific time. I'm in Washington. So, so join in again, and I'm going to try to save this one. For the person asking about how my canvases are hanging on the wall with screws, if you go back a little bit, the beginning of this video, you'll see me showing you how those are nailed in. And then I also have plastic on the walls. And this is 4mm plastic, 4mm plastic that you buy at the paint department. Get the 4mm so that it's very sturdy. I also use that for my painting palette as well. And I think I got a little bit more paint on me. Okay, so thank you again for joining in, and hopefully I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day wherever you are. Bye.